What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. To date, we are going to be recapping all of the trades we took in SPY. I'm going to be talking about ways to grow small accounts and just giving you all of the education that you need to succeed. So if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. So first and foremost, we have some new Army members. Sarah, welcome to the Trading Wars Army. Lucian, welcome to the Trading Wars Army. Pancharantna, welcome to the Trading Wars Army. Boom, we got a lot of new Trading Wars Army members in here. Let's welcome them with the TW Army SPY VIP. Hit me with a 1 if you're feeling good and ready to rock and roll. Test Games, what's going on? Ramon in the building. Travin McDuff, good to see you, brother. Alicia, Trading Wars Army. Edwin, Bad Indie. Who else? Who else do we have in the building? Jay, Trading Wars Army. Ricks. Brian, what's going on, brother? Mitchell, what's going on? Rodolfo, Ruth. Who else? What will come? What's going on? Evan's Adventure from Tampa, hanging out. All right. Okay, guys, let's do this. Okay. So what I have here, guys, is I've written down all of my trades for the week from Monday to Friday. I'm going to be walking you through everything step by step. And let's begin with Friday. Okay. So make sure you have the pen and the pad out. We had no losers this week. Every single trade was green. We finished profitable. So why don't you go ahead and send me the rockets, because we don't get perfect weeks like this. I think the last one we had was like in January. So thank you guys for all the support, and get the pen and the pad out and send the rockets, and let's begin. Okay. So what I have here is I just drew Thursday's high. Okay. So Thursday's high, guys, is always going to be a key level. I always like to draw the previous day's high and low, but you'll see on Friday that we gapped up above that high. And anytime we gap up above a high like this, I will always be looking for an opening range breakout, especially since it's Friday. Okay. So we went ahead, guys, and we did one trade right there. We did the opening range breakout. Let me walk you through the strategy and the trade. So here we go. So here's Friday. So good morning, friends. Nice gap up here. We'll be looking for the orb 3-minute right off the bat. Who's ready? I also had a retest trigger at 406.18, but that never got filled. So we went long at 9:33 Eastern, 8:33 Central. Okay. And let me just walk you through that trade. So the first 3-minute bar, what you do when you want to take the opening range breakout is you just go ahead here and you watch the high and the low. Okay, so let's put these in different colors. So here's the high, here is the low. All right. Hit me with a 2 if you're following me so far. Hit me with a 2 if you're following me so far. All right. So, oops, let me just pull that back. So what you do, guys, is when you start off is you have to have your range, right? So a range is basically a high and a low. We could even basically say that it's going to be a little box. Okay, so this is a box right here. All right. So this box is what we're going to trade off of. Okay. So if we break above the high, we want to go long. If we break below the low, we want to go short. All right. Hit me with a 9 if you're following me real quick, and then we'll continue. Okay. Just want to make sure. So we have this box is basically the first 3 minutes range. And even if we go down to sorry, should be on the 3-minute here. I don't know why I'm on the 5. So here we go. Right. So let me just bring this box down a little bit more. So if we were to go down to something like a 1-minute chart, you could see that there are 3 candles in there. Okay, so that's what it should look like. So we're basically trying to capitalize on the first part of the day, that momentum. Okay, so we got long right on the next candle right there, 9:33. We got long, so we got filled. And what I like to do is initially I start off with my stop at the low of the candle, and then I start to tighten it up. Okay, so we popped up here, guys, and let me show you how I like to take these trades. So I take the Fibonacci and I put it on the low to the high of the candle. Okay. And what I'm doing here is my first target will always be the 272 extension. So I use the Fibonacci extensions to help me basically to get good targets where I know that maybe a short algorithm will be there. So there's my 272, there's my 50. So I took these profits right here. Let me walk you through. So first target 409.32, send the rockets. Then the next was 409.62. So we hit all the targets and I was like, are you smiling? Who's banking with me? And then once we pass over this 50, this line here, then I put my stop loss to break even. All right, so let me just fast forward now. boom, boom, boom. And then we fast forward, bam. So basically, guys, literally one trade. That's all I did on Friday. So the zero GTE 409 calls went for 109% on this first push. Near the end of the day, it was close to a 300 or 400% gain. But I always do, like, the conservative approach, just if you got that first leg, which was really, really, really clean. So that was our live call out, that orb. You could see once we got the stop loss to break even here, guys, it never came back to even threaten us at all. It was very, very clean. Okay, so hit me with a 6 if you're okay with Friday. And one thing that I want to talk about, I don't normally talk about this, but I thought maybe it will help some of you guys. So this is something I used to do back in the day, is using the 20 EMA with fibs. So maybe this will help some of you that are using different strategies, but I wanted to share it. So whenever we have a gap and go, so this is a gap and go scenario where we gap up and we continue. Generally, this mid Bollinger Band, this 20 EMA, will be a trending support. When the market is trending, that these moving averages actually work. When they're not trending, it doesn't, right? So there's your 20 EMA. And what I like to do is stack it with a fib. So if I took my fib from my low to the high right there, you could see it perfectly lined up with the 382. So if anyone missed the opening range breakout, your second attempt is just to wait, give it a chance to pull back into that 20 EMA and take it from there. Or you could have taken this Holy Grail, which is one of our advanced patterns. That was a secondary entry as well. But personally, for me, I just took the orb and I was done. So that was a clean day. I think I was able to get like 5,911 or something dollars on the day. So very, very clean. All right. So let's go on to Thursday. So we continue, we delete those. We go to Thursday. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead again and we're just going to bring this line to help us see the previous day's high, which is right there. Go to the 3-minute chart again, and I'm going to hit the replay. So you'll see just quickly here, the opening range breakout was also a winner, but I didn't take the orb on this day. I took a trigger. So a trigger is a line in the sand. It's a line where I say, hey, above this level, I want to be long. Very simple, right? So let's go back to the triggers here. So the trigger for, let me find the day. So this was the 26th. So we just got to find that. So right here. So our long entry was 398.69. So go ahead and draw that for you. So I post triggers every single day. This is around our automated style of trading, where we just basically have line in the sand where we can set it in the broker the night before and play off of that level. Okay, so follow me here. So we have our line in the sand and we have the previous day's high. So we got filled right off of the open. So you could see it came in, opened literally on our line, and we got filled right away. So whenever you take these triggers, it's generally a good idea to basically put them in the night before, because sometimes they can get filled right away. So let me just walk you through the commentary. So go back. This was Thursday. So long trigger. So basically, good morning, friends. Slight gap up here. Our long trigger is 398.69. Who's awake and ready? So the bot went off with the trigger, and then we took it right here at basically right at the open, 1 minute after the open. First target, 399.23. Boom. No greed. Cover, cover, cover. Leave a runner. Covered most. Just have a runner left. 4 days in a row green. So that was 4 days at that time. But let me just show you. So from here, what I do is as soon as we get filled, I'm always being careful with this previous day's high, because the previous day's high could be an area of resistance. It could definitely be. So I started covering as we came in. But once I saw that we had this clean breakout there, guys, I knew it was going to just rip. So once I covered the partials up here, and then I got the stop loss to break even. And then this one was able to coast into the close. Let me fast forward. And then let me just show you the same concept again. So like I said, we took the green line trigger. You could have taken an opening range breakout, and you could have done this little 20 EMA play that I taught you guys just now. And what I like about this 20 EMA play is when we came here, we sat up with an inside bar. So that's another little confirmation there as well. So very clean. The Thursday and Friday were the easiest days probably in a few months, because it was gap and go, or just open and trend. So open and trend days are not very likely to happen. So we had 2 days of them in a row. and that's rare in itself. But when those days happen, you definitely got to make a lot of money in order to protect your gains for the rest of the few months coming up, because you don't see those often at all. Okay, hit me with a 10 if you followed me there so far. So just clean, very clean. And if you look at the higher time frames as well, you would see, I'm going to talk about a little bit with like MNQ if I go to the weekly here. So if you look at the weekly time frame, as SPY was also forming on the weekly, we started off as an inside candle. So near the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, you know that the goal is to break the high of the last week, and that's what we did at the close and the last 2 days. But during the beginning of the week, we were in the middle. So it was the same thing for SPY and the same thing for the Qs. Okay, let's continue again. So let's go to Wednesday. I really need to get some water here, but we'll continue. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We'll go ahead and take our yellow line right there. I'm going to switch over to the 3 because I did an opening range breakout on this day. So we opened here, and generally I would not use an opening range breakout whenever we open significantly below the previous day's high. Okay. So the reason that I did on Wednesday was because it was an FOMC day. We had some meeting minutes and all that. And generally, the orb, I make a decision in the morning if I'm going to use it or not based on what I see in the overnight action, as well as based on what I'm expecting for the day. So if I know there's likely to be volatility, if it's one of those days that have announcements, etc., I'm willing to take a chance with the opening range breakout, right? So that's exactly what I did on the 25th. So let's go look at that. So same thing right here, guys. Good morning, friends. Another inside open, expecting some chop. Do not overtrade. So that's what I said in the morning. And then I was like, look, FOMC later, don't get caught over trading. Will likely pass on the orb. So that was my initial game plan. But then check this out. Right at the open, I'm like 2 minutes to open. Who's ready? If I don't see good movement at the open, we'll revert back to our trigger. Let's go. Anyone up for the 3-minute orb? And I saw I saw the power of this candle coming, right? So look at this candle. It's a big, powerful candle. That gave me a little bit of a clue as well that this could be a trend day, right? And then we got long on the orb at 8:33 Central, 9:33 Eastern. First target 393.57, 399.38, and we also converted into a long trigger, but we didn't end up taking the long trigger because we were already filled down here. So I don't normally add to existing positions. I just like to take it one step at a time. So again, first target 272, second target 50. Then we get the stop loss to break even right there. And then we came back a little bit of a retest, and then we squeezed right through, guys. So it took some attempts, right? That's why I'm always careful when I'm near the previous day's high, because look at that. This is what I'm worried about, that we break it by a little bit and then we turn around. And then from here, guys, that was all she wrote. So let me just fast forward that. Boom. Okay. So another thing on this day was there was a lot of Fibonacci action, and I'm going to show you that because generally whenever you have FOMC coming in or any type of news catalyst, that's when the algorithms kind of step up, right? And in our Fibonacci live setups rooms, we draw the Fibonacci lives in real time for our traders because we know it's a little bit sometimes difficult for new traders to get in and understand how to actually take those fibs. So this day was the 25th, and you could see here that we had the morning leg drawn, and I'm going to walk you through that. Okay, so let me go back in time here to show you guys. So this is on the 3. So if we take the Fibonacci from the low to the high, once we broke through the previous day's high, you could see we came into the golden zone multiple times. So the golden zone is from the 50 down to the 786. That's where we look for dip buys, right? And if you look at this closely here, we had a lot of wicks. So the wicks are kind of giving you an idea that there's buying happening here. There's bullish buying in here, okay? So the wicks gave us the clue. So if you missed the orb, you could always get back in on that 50% retracement. And then it was very beautiful because we traded from 50% retracement to 50% extension. And then from 50% extension, we rolled over. And this is kind of what you'll normally see on any given day, is a back and forth type of action. You don't normally see just straight vertical, right? Like Thursday and Friday. So we had the 50% retracement, 50% extension, and that's where we rolled over. So as a fib trader, you're looking to play the golden zone here, as well as the golden extensions for your short. So I would say Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were A+ days. A lot of great trading opportunities. And I feel like that's how it's been. That's how it's been for the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's been the end of the week where it's making a lot of money. And that's why I was always saying for new traders, for small accounts, you just need to have better focus. How many people, like in general, by Monday or Tuesday, they probably lost like more than they should have? Hit me with a one if that's you. Okay. After last week's profits from your Twitter, I became a trooper in the best army. Thank you, Dominic. Appreciate that. So hit me with the one if that sounds familiar. So a lot of the times, what I see with new traders is Monday and Tuesday, they're so excited, but they don't really understand that sometimes at the beginning of the week, there's no edge in trade, especially when the market is trying to figure out what you're going to do for the week, right? And then you end up blowing your money, you end up blowing you get into some overpriced option contracts, and then by the end of the week, you have no money left. So sometimes it's better to be a sniper and take a step back and wait for those clearer movements. Okay. So that was Wednesday. So no losers. And then let's go ahead to Tuesday and to Monday. Okay. So let's begin again. So I'm going to go ahead here and hit the replay. So what I decided to do, so I'm going to have the previous day's low as a guide, is you can see here, guys, that we open in the middle of the range. And anytime we open in the middle of the range, that is when I start to get a little bit scared, in the sense that, hey, this could be just a choppy day. And that's what I worry about. But generally, when we have open in the middle, we have triggers. So we have a trigger near the high and a trigger near the low. So let me go ahead and get the trigger for the 24th, and then I'm going to walk you through. Okay, so the 24th, the trigger is, oops, I'm in the wrong section. 24th, the trigger is 387.78. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that for you guys. 387.78. So this was our line in the sand to go short. Ooh, that's the wrong one. It's this one here. 392.65. 392.65. There you go. That looks wrong too. Hold on a second, guys. 24th of May. One sec. So I've got to go back in time. That's the problem. 391.12. I could tell that those are wrong because our trigger is normally very close to the previous day's low. So there it is. So let me make this red. All right. So I don't know if you guys have tuned in to the previous video, but I did come up with this new strategy called the reverse opening range breakout. So let me show you what we did in the room with the reverse opening range breakout. So what you need to do is draw the fib on the candle like this, and we started to break down. So basically here, what I did, guys, is I used the extension of the candle to use as my opportunity to get long. So I got long right here on the 618 extension. So right here. So I used the Fibonacci as a extension to see where we could reverse. So I got long on the 618, and we popped up right there, guys, and we hit our targets. And you could see, like, you probably don't see a lot of movement here, but if you're buying on the line, right, this little pop up here is enough to make you money. So there was our 618 buy, and then we popped up all the way back to the original low of the first 3-minute bar. So let me walk you through that. That one was a little bit tricky. And in hindsight, I wish I just did an opening range breakout, because the opening range breakout actually made money a lot. It was a lot easier with the opening range breakout, but that's hindsight. I'm not going to hold myself down to that. So I said, no orb today. Don't want to trade in the middle of the range. Who's up for a quick shot at the reverse orb? So I got long, guys, at 936. Send the rockets. Our targets were 392.20, 30, and 40, and we hit all of those. It wasn't the prettiest of trade, I will say that. But what came next was just very, very beautiful. So remember, our short trigger is right here, this red line, and we came and squeezed right through it and flushed. So this is how we want to see a trigger look. We consolidate a little bit above it, then we pop up a little bit, and boom, once we come through and we break that line, we flush directly down into the previous day's low, which was right there. So that was a beautiful, beautiful trade, guys. We also had some morning fibs, which I'll show you. So the morning fib, if I took it from this high to the low right here, you could see that sorry, not that low, it's this one here. We start to pop up into the 382. And as I always say, right, if you're trading the fib, you can look for a confirmation candle. So what do we have right here? We have a beautiful outside bar. So with that outside bar, we broke the low. As long as you kept your stop above the high, this was also a winner. All right. Whew, that was a lot. Hit me with an 11 if you got Tuesday. Dominic with the $1.99. Thank you for your free plays on Twitter. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yep. Every day. That's how we do it. Every day. No days off. All right. Boom. So that one was, this is for those of you that trade triggers, that's how it needs to look. You know, that's a great trigger. We break, boom, flush right down. That's what you're looking for. That's probably like 30, 40% on options right there, that move. Okay, clean. All right, and then let's go to the last day to complete our perfect trading week, which was Monday. And you guys are going to help me here. Okay, you guys are going to help me here. So this candle is bugged for sure. I know that's bugged. But anyways, all right, so we start off here. Here's our high. So we gapped up and I decided to use the orb to start off on Monday. So let me go to the 23rd, which was right here. So let's start off with the orb, 3 minute. Who's awake? Get ready for the orb short. So 9:34 Eastern, 8:34 Central. We went short and I laid out the targets here using the fibs. So let me walk you through that. Okay. So if we go here, we do this high to low. So you could see that we broke to the downside and we hit all of our targets. These are measured moves. So 272 first target, then 50, put the stop to break even. And you could see, guys, on the way back up, I got stopped out for my runner at break even, but still was able to hit a few targets. And then one thing that I want to show you is using the Fibonacci gap fill. So that's one of the strategies that it's like an old school strategy that I created a long time ago. So we take the fib from the high of the closing bar, we bring it up to the first bar, which is the high of the day at the time. And you could see right here, guys, we had that 618 fill that went all the way to a 272 extension. So really, really clean. That was a very, very clean. And remember what I said, right? When we have the gap, then you can start using some of these moving averages. There's your 20 EMA. Watch how it comes in and acts as support. And we had some beautiful Trading Wars Nirvana patterns. These are the blue ones when Poseidon's water is open and it comes down. So that's that one and that one, both winners to take you straight into the close. So really good. Honestly speaking, I will say that this week was like, I feel like a turning point where the market was trading more friendly to day traders. And I do believe that there's going to be a lot more opportunities, especially with what the volatility has been like and what happened in the last week. And if you look at something like NQ, right? So I'm here on NQ. As you guys know, I'm doing a small account challenge with NQ. And I got long right here at 11,964. And you could see now, if we look at the monthly charts, now we're starting to hit major Fibonacci supports. So what we have right here is this 50%. So I didn't have my order on the 50. I waited for a little bit of confirmation. That's why I got in a little bit late. But we did pop up and I'm up about, I think, $1,600 or $1,700 on the small account right now. So that's been great. Okay, there we go. So that was the recap for the week, my friends. Hit me with a 1 if you understood, if it made sense, and if everything was good. What we need to do now is the newsletter and the giveaways and scans, and then we wrap up because we got to watch Game 7, Miami. We got to watch it. All right. So this was really, really good. Okay. So first thing, guys, is I want to take some time and I want to thank my Trading Wars Army on YouTube. So my Trading Wars Army, thank you very much. So we have over 100 members now. And what I decided to do, because I was thinking of like, what can I do for anyone that's an Army member? I brought it back actually, our Trading Wars newsletter. Okay, I brought back the newsletter for the Army members, and obviously anybody in the Discord will have access as well. So thank you, Army. I appreciate you guys. And I posted this link here, which is for the actual newsletter. Okay. So if you guys are considering joining the Army, I would hopefully you could, that gives you some value. So you can join right here. Here's the Army link right here. I'm going to copy it. If you hit join right here, $4.99 a month, support the Army. I'm going to be doing a lot more for the Army, small account stuff, different giveaway things, as well as this newsletter I'm going to post on a monthly basis. So let's just go ahead and look at this closely. So the newsletter, it's going to have performance, which needs to be updated because we haven't we haven't any picks yet. This is a basic guide here on how to use the different scans. I have our patterns here summarized, and I have some actionable setups. So I have monthly chart scans, weekly chart scans. That these are stocks that I handpicked that I believe have a good opportunity to move. And here are some of the charts that I selected. So we have Facebook monthly Holy Grail right there, and AMD weekly. And then I have a little bit guide here on the truth about trading, win rates, and some free resources for the members. Thank you very much, guys. And I really appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and just look at that quickly. So we had Facebook here on the monthly. So right here on the monthly, guys, we had that monthly Holy Grail. And it's a very, very rare pattern, guys, to see this one. Very, very rare pattern. You don't normally see this at all. So if we were to go back in time, the last time we saw that monthly Holy Grail was August 18th. And with August 18th here, guys, we had a nice push down. So we're looking here for basically after this month, will we be breaking down or will we be breaking up? We don't know, but this gives us a good entry because the options and the best just trading in general has condensed into a tight range. Hit me with the 7 if that makes sense. Boom. Shout out to our brother right here, Big Papa Rich. Thank you, brother, for the 20 large ones. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you so much for your support. All right, what else do we have? So Facebook was one, and then AMD. If we go to the weekly right here, guys, we had a very tight inside bar. So this is one of my top picks as well. And you can see that this candle, the one before, was a dangerous candle, meaning it had wicks on both sides. And with this wick right here, guys, this big wick here, if AMD can turn the corner and start to break these wicks, I will definitely be looking for some kind of squeeze type of setup. All right. So that's what I'll be looking for as well. Okay. So again, thank you, Trading Wars Army members, for all of the support. I really appreciate you. So I decided I'll bring the newsletter back for you guys and appreciate you guys. Okay. So those were the scans. And let's do some giveaways and wrap it up. Hit me with a 9 if you're ready to do some giveaways, and let's do it. So we're going to do one giveaway for the regular community, and then we're going to do one giveaway for the Trading Wars Army in specific to them. Okay, so let me go ahead and find a video to pick a giveaway winner. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, so I'm looking through. So our reverse opening range breakout video did really well. We have 32 comments on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner from this one. So let's go ahead and get the random number generator right now. Random number generator. 1 to 36. Hit it with a boom. All right, so let me do it again so everybody could see. Number 14. All right, so number 14 is the winner. Let's go ahead and find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, hedonist. A new high exit with 2 hour would be nice, but we're also playing the morning leg. Why won't they counter each other? All right, so I guess I have to answer his question as well. So obviously, guys, I'm a little bit behind in answering all these questions, but Hedonist85, you are the giveaway winner, brother. DM me on Twitter. We'll verify your YouTube account. We'll get you set up with 1 month free in the room and a book of your choice. Thank you for the comment. Very much appreciated. And let's go ahead and do one for the army. Okay, so who do we have in the army right now? Let me go ahead here, get to my channel. So I think we got a good bit of new army members, and thank you very much for that. So we have a total of now 101 members. So let's do the random number generator, 1 to 101, 93. Okay. All right. So we got a winner right here. I know this person really well. So Ricks T, Ricks space T. You are the winner, my brother Ricks T. Go ahead and DM me, brother, and I will take care of you. Okay. Thank you very much, brothers. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for the support. And I'll always try to do these giveaways at least once a month to give back to the community. Okay. Who wants to talk a little bit about small accounts right now? Who wants to do that? Hit me with an 8 if you want to do small accounts. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the way to grow them, etc. Okay, and I'm going to talk to you about my experience as well. So who's ready? What number did I say? I don't even remember. Hit me with whatever number I said. 8. Okay, let's do this. All right. So growing a small account, there's a few ways you can do it. One of the ways are extremely high risk, and that's something that I've done a few times, sometimes unsuccessful, but sometimes very, very profitable. I actually, if we go to MES, so I took a small account from $5,000 to 80 grand trading MES. It's not really trading, it's more of buy and hold. So remember, these are futures contracts, right? And with future contracts, they come high risk, high reward. So I don't recommend this for everybody. Let's go to ES so I can show you the bigger picture. I don't recommend this for everybody, but I do want to talk about it because there's some people that are willing to, let's say, put aside a few $1,000s and are going for a home run. Like it's either going to make, 10, 15, 20, 100K potentially, or it's going to go to zero. And it's not, I don't recommend it for people that basically like they're depending on that money, but for those who are doing good bets, this is a way. So if you look at this purple box, so this move, guys, does not look like a lot, but remember, we're on the monthly chart. So I was able to get about 5 micro contracts right around here. And from here, guys, literally, I walked it up. This was pre-COVID crash. I walked it up and I added. So if we go to the daily, I can probably show you this better. So okay, so here's my box. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through. So this is how I took 5,000 to 80,000. Okay, so we start off here. It's basically all fibs. So if I start with this low to high fib, you could see we had that 786. So that's where I started to add. I love adding for long-term portfolios. Any days we have multiple candles of red in a row. So you could see coming into my first ad, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles in a row. That makes me excited for potential long-term opportunities. So I added here first, and then if I draw the fib from this leg to this high, you could see again, we came to the 786 and I added there again. So I just literally started adding and adding. And again, anytime we have multiple red candles, I added. So again, if I go from now this low to this high, another 786. So it was kind of perfect, I would say. I mean, it was just fib after fib after fib. So started here, 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 here. And then for a while, we didn't pull back. So I didn't do anything until we came back down here. And we pulled down, we hit this inside bar. I added again here and I added again here. This move right here on this wick right here, I lost like $20,000 of unrealized gains. So I was actually really scared at this point because I thought that there was some kind of news. This was back in the Trump times. There was some news here, something about the war or something, China trade war. I remember. But luckily we rebounded here, guys. And at my peak, I was about 85 or 90 grand. And once we got around here, I just started trailing swing lows. Okay. Because when you have a big winner like this, you got to trail swing lows. And luckily I was able to do that because right after that came the COVID crash. Boom, boom. Okay. And I did add on the COVID crash to my stock account and pretty much got about $50,000 worth of Microsoft down here. So that was the play that I did in my stock account. Took that bad boy up from Microsoft because Microsoft for me is like my number one holdings. Okay, so that is the strategy of basically buy and hold. Very very dangerous, but can make you a lot of money. And I did the same thing right here, guys, using the MNQ. So I'll just show you right here. So if you look at this yellow line, this is my entry 11964. So this is the start of it. So I added only one contract. And now if we go to the daily, I'm going to try to do the same thing again. Okay. I'm going to try to do the same thing. We start pulling back. I'm going to keep doing that. All right. And right now my stop loss is at break even on that one contract because I'm up a lot on it. So I don't want to give it back. Not sure exactly how I'm going to manage it in terms of like how much more I'm going to add. I have to do the math to see. But anyways, hit me with a 6 if that sounds like something you would be interested in. So I'm going to be sharing this journey here on YouTube. I'm going to be sharing some of my entries in the Discord as well as with the Trading Wars Army. All right. So remember, this one's a dangerous strategy. Okay. It's not for everybody, but that's one of the ways that I've done it. So I wanted to share that with you. The other way is just literally day trading. And this is probably it's the easiest one in the sense that you can protect yourself because you have a stop loss and you close the position at the end of the day. So you don't have any risk of holding overnight. When you hold overnight, that's when you can get into danger because it can gap down. Those type of stuff can really damage your portfolio. So same things that I just went through, opening range breakouts, but mainly the Fibonacci. So if I go here into these two Fibonacci rooms, I have this one here, and this is for SPY, and I have one for stocks. And if you're growing a small account, what I would recommend is use these roadmaps that we have, and basically use the golden zone. So the 50 to the 786 for calls, and then the golden zone short up here 0.169 to 618 extension. Play off of those because you're always going to get a cheap option prices with that. So that's for people with very small accounts that want to trade options. Follow the Fibonacci. That's going to help you because you're going to get a deal you're not going to chase. And you're going to let the market calm down for about 20, 30 minutes. So the premiums will take a hit, especially if we're going sideways. The other thing is trading futures. So I always tell people that, I trade futures a lot and it does require margin. And it is a double-edged sword in the sense that you can make a lot, but lose a lot. If you have a stop loss, you'll be fine. If you're disciplined, you'll be fine. If you follow my live commentary, you take one or two trades, win or loss, you protect yourself, you'll be fine. What people get into trouble is when they overtrade, when they think they're Superman. And that happens. Everybody after one or two trades thinks they know everything. I've been there before and you get humbled a lot of times. So I just stick to 1, 2, maximum 3 trades per day on SPY and keep it simple with futures, and just re-roll, keep going. Okay. And you're going to have weeks like this where you have a perfect week. And when you have a perfect week, you're going to make enough money that you can increase your sizing and you can like use that effect. But you're going to also have weeks where you're break even, where you take a loss, a small loss. All the losses should be small and controlled. And if that's the case, that's fine as well. But just know that there's going to be weeks like this where you get perfect weeks and you make money enough to cover the rest of the months. Okay. Hit me with a 10 if that all makes sense. So those are my general tip to small accounts. The setups don't change. Okay. Fibs, orbs, triggers. Okay. Holy grails, nirvanas, fractals. They don't change. We take only quality trades. We don't do anything else. Lowest time frame for me is a 3-minute chart. Don't go below that. All right. So there we go. So that's everything I did for the week. Again, it was a perfect week. No losers. I hope you learned a lot. As always, guys, you know where to check me out. Tradingwars.com only. No Instagram, Bitcoin, Telegram, none of that stuff. Tradingwars.com only. If you get any one of my 3 books, guys, you will get 1 month for free in the room. Come trade with us on Tuesday. Tomorrow the market is closed. Buy the book, read it tonight, get ready. We have all the resources in the Discord right here under the paid indicators and tools. You can get our scanners. Make sure you're doing your 100 trade challenge. If you can get through this challenge, you will be a totally different trader by the end of it. Check it out. Okay. What else? Or you can sign up directly on the main page right there. Okay. So tomorrow, since the market is closed, I'll spend a little bit more time focusing on the stocks and looking at that. Okay. So thank you very much again for your time, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Have a chance to win a giveaway next time. Otherwise than that, join the Trading Wars Army if you want to grab your copy of the newsletter right here. And thank you for everybody who's here supporting and learning. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Take care.